So we rolling, bro. I always like to start off by asking not only how are you doing, but how are your people doing during this crazy year that we call 2020?
Well, good, man. I think it, the 2020 took everybody by surprise, but surprisingly, for me, things didn't really slow down. Seeing how a lot of my music and streaming stuff is actually online. So people being in the house actually kind of benefited me, benefited me really well. But the family's good, man. The baby's healthy. She's 6 months now. 6 months, but she looked like she about 9 months. She, she about 25 pounds, man. But she's definitely a healthy baby. She's growing fast, man. The wifey's good. I'm great. I'm great right now. The team is doing well. So, haven't had any. Well, my little brother came down with COVID, but that's about the only person in the family that actually contracted it. So that's a blessing.
Man, well, I'm glad he recovered correctly.
Sure,
Correct.
for sure. Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome that you've been doing well. Have you adjusted to everything that's been going on? Obviously we can't move around like we're accustomed to moving. And
Right.
in an adjustment period for all of us, the music industry included. So what does your adjustment process look like?
Well, it's a couple of things that kind of made me change my process. One was the COVID thing, of course, and two was my baby, my daughter. But my adjustment process, man, has just been just staying my ass in the house as much as I can. Um, you know, I record now, and now I can't record as much now because unless my daughter's asleep, ain't no recording get done. So with that, I had to like kind of change up my recording process. But surprisingly, man, it's working out. It worked out, man. And I think it's all about finding ways to make it happen. And I think that's what it did for me. And with the COVID situation, it allowed me to be in the house, and get to know my daughter, get to know things about my partner I didn't know. So it allowed me to actually have that time versus, like you said, versus just getting up and running when it's time to go. You know what I mean? So we kind of forced to learn the people around you, especially the ones that stayed that live in the same household with you.
Right, absolutely, bro. You've been doing your thing for a minute, though, man. I don't think a lot of people realize that.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've written from everybody from Justin Bieber, Chris Brown, Usher, Ella Mai, Lil Dicky. The list goes on and on. You've done some pop records and whatnot. But you're a very dope artist as well. I mean, the Do It Nasty record was solid last year, man,
Yeah.
and it did incredible numbers. But you've been going viral with this. You got it, man. I mean, were you surprised about the response that it's received and just seeing it all over the place?
Well, I'm surprised. I'm not surprised at the response. I'm surprised at like the amount of traction it gained over a short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
When I wrote the song, the song was designed to do exactly what it's doing. So I knew people were going to hear the song and feel it, like, oh, I love the lyrics. I love it, how it makes me feel. But what surprised me is just when I woke up and it was just going crazy bananas. And another thing that surprised me is just the little kids too, because the song really is, for my generation, like, from, 18, 17 to 35, 45, whatever. But the little kids they love it. And, that's one of the secrets of to having a hit record is if you can get the kids, you got your hit record.
Yeah, man, absolutely. So talk to me about how it initially came together, because you said you had the message and you weren't surprised how the message was received. You just were surprised about like how many people it reached. So talk to me about like the creative process on it.
Well, it kind of just happened, man. One of my producers that I work with, his name is Tariq. He sent me the beat, man. I instantly fell in love with it. I don't know what it was that made me fall in love with the beat, but I listened to the beat for like 3 days. Yeah, that's usually what how my process is. I put the beat on my phone, and I'll go to the gym. I just listen to the beat, jot down ideas in my notes and stuff like that. And after about 3 days, I came in the studio, put the beat on, open up Pro Tools, and I literally freestyled the first verse and the hook.
Wow.
I literally just went. I just felt it. You know what I'm saying? And the creative process came And that's just how that happened. And from there, I had to like go in and clean it up because I'm freestyling. Okay, bam. Okay, I love this melody. I love this melody, but not this part. So let me clean it up. And I finished it up, man. We made some beats, some changes to the beat, man. We played it for our distribution company, Empire. It was actually 3 records that we were going to go with as one of the first single. But at this time, you know, it was like the year of the woman. It was just like the whole woman empowerment movement at the time. And you know, our team sat down and was like, "Yo, this song is the one to go with now." And that's just kind of how it happened, man. Because they say, "Yo, if you put this out right now, with all of this surrounding with the woman empowerment, it's bound to take off." And in a short 6 months, that thing went crazy.
It's going crazy right now, and you know, obviously we talked about you've been doing your thing for a minute. You've been putting out quality music, but this record is giving you more exposure. Do you feel
For sure.
like this is going to be a record that kind of introduces you to the masses and takes you up another level in your career?
For sure, yeah. I think my manager and I, we've been partners for a while, and that has always been our only thing. I said, man, we were like, man, we need the mass people to hear me. That's all we've been missing, and I feel like this record is finally doing that. We got about we almost at 100 million streams total.
Mm.
Um, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like because I had a song that popped off like maybe like 2016 was 4 Walls,
Yeah.
and funny thing with that record is the record it's the same, like you don't want your record to be bigger than you, and that's what 4 Walls was, right? Because nobody really knew who sang it. We didn't have a music video for it, so nobody really knew, and it kind of blew up. But I kind of still I got a little only thing it helped. I got some bread from it, but I kind of still stayed at the level I was at as far as an artist and just like being introduced to the world. And so fast forward to this day, the record is blowing up and I'm blowing up as well because people can watch the video and say, hey, it's a visual to it. So yeah, this record definitely is introducing me to the masses for sure.
So let me ask you this: why do you think it takes longer for R&B artists to develop and get their exposure as opposed to hip hop? I mean, because what I've seen is it takes longer for R&B artists to get their recognition, but
Right.
once you guys hit, your shelf life is longer.
Yeah,
So but
exactly.
why do you think that is?
I think that you know, for a long time, people had kind of written R&B off. So even even when artists like myself and the Eric Bellingers, the homies was dropping all this quality R&B, nobody was really rocking with R&B like that. So it was harder for us to break through if we don't have anybody listening. All we had was our core fan base. We didn't really. Everybody else was so used to it. They say, "Oh, R&B." It basically wasn't the same. They missed that 90s R&B. They missed this. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I did. I wanted to infuse like 2020, this generation, with the 90s feel and lyrics and melody and stuff like that. But I believe that the reason it takes a R&B artist longer to pop off is because they weren't just checking for it anymore. I mean, we had to basically reintroduce R&B again. Like this is the new R&B.
Right.
But this though, once, like you said, once an R&B artist like builds his fan base and he blows, like these are fans that's gonna stick with you forever until you do something stupid. They're gonna stick with you forever, opposed to a rapper getting a hit and everybody jump on the bandwagon. But once the hit is over with, they move on to the next. R&B is different. Like R&B is kind of like homegrown. It's kind of like, yo, it's a household name. That's the, you know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So because it's deeper than that. It's storylines you got to tell. You got to tell stories with R&B. And I feel like people who really love R&B appreciate a good storyline.
Especially now during the year that we've had in 2020, where people have been stuck in their house more,
right.
They've been dealing with more stuff. We've seen an actual uptick in R&B streaming because more people just they need that feeling. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like sure. A lot of people, unless you're here in Atlanta, like where I'm at, people in the clubs popping bottles in most places. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, and wide open, bro. I'm like, dog. Yeah. But yeah, dog. I mean, I think that people had to adjust, and I think we're doing well as a people to adjust. But at the end of the day, I said this before, yeah, COVID going on, but people still got to pay bills and make money. So we can't be stuck in the house all forever. And I think that, especially, I think that Atlanta's doing pretty well. Even though we wide open, I think we're doing good.
We wide open with it. But I tell people all the time, our economy's not bad right now.
Oh,
compared
doing
to
good.
else.
Everybody coming to the man. Everybody coming to the A, for real, for real.
For real, man. So what's next for you, man? How do you keep this momentum going? How do you build upon it? How do you finish out 2020 strong and go into 2020 with a full head of steam?
Right. Well, we plan with the momentum we got now, dog. We have to hit full force right now. Mm-hmm. So we got to build, like you said, we got to build on this. So what the next record I drop has to coincide with You Got It. It ain't got to be the same type of song, but it got to be the same quality though. Right. And we're working on that now. I think I got a potential one, but we just keep building, man. I think with all the fans, I think like 7.3 million listeners on Spotify now. And the thing that's happening now is everybody's going back to listen to all my old stuff. Yeah. So at this point, how do we build and keep it going? Is we just release the same quality music, you know? And that's the thing a lot of people do. They feel like, damn, I got a hit record. I want to build on this momentum. Let me hurry and put it out. Nah, you gotta take your time with it. The fans, they know it's coming, but you gotta take your time with it because now you're under a microscope. Okay, I love this song right here. Let me see what he drops next. Yeah. If it's not good or better, you get backlash. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, next album is done. The new album is done. I'm staying independent. All the labels are calling, but I decided to stay. I decided to stay independent, man. You know, I've some of the most unhappiest artists, friends that I have are signed to a major label, and I feel like I don't want to give up that power like that so soon off of one song. You know what I mean? I feel like, yeah, we just got to keep building. But yeah, that's it, man. The album's coming. I got about 3 more songs I wrote on Chris Brown's album. That's coming out. I got a couple songs on Confessions too with Usher. Yeah, so I got some big stuff in the works, man. So that's next for me, y'all. Like you said, the main thing now is just make sure the people see me, because people are, yeah, you just got to keep working, man. And I think we're doing a good job over here with my team and my team at Empire. I think we're doing good, man. Which is why I decided to say, nah, I'm good. I don't want to sign majorly.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna be an independent artist and you got some buzz and momentum, you're probably in the ideal place because Empire actually moves like a major label, but they're a distribution company. So you still have that freedom.
You get the freedom of an independent artist, and that's what I love the most. And you know, you see so much more money when you're independent, bro.
Sure do. Absolutely. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up on this question right here. Obviously, 2020 has been a very challenging year, but it's also been a year of self-reflection. Because, you know, we're not moving around as much as we're accustomed to. What's the biggest thing that you've either learned about yourself or just about life in general during this time?
Well, this is something I've always known, but life is short. Like, you know, you can be here today and gone tomorrow. But one of the things I learned about myself throughout this whole process is just, it's a few things actually. How can I say this? I would say I learned to be a little more patient. Because when you're forced to do something, which was like stay in the house and do this and wear your mask and wear this, like it kind of takes a toll on you. And a guy like he said, like me, I'm always working. I want to be out and about. I want to, you know, meet new people, because that's how I get my inspiration for my music. I meet people to have conversations with them, and I go places. But I just learned to be a little more patient, because I want everything to happen so fast, and it basically made me slow down. And that was the best thing I could have did, especially starting a family, you know. So that's one of the things it did for me.
That's what's up right there, man. Well, listen, I appreciate your time. Much success to you. I mean, your Pandora station is going crazy. You've been on the Trendsetters chart, and really what that chart is just for artists who have had the most growth on their stations within a given period of time. And
right.
Yeah, for you to be on there, you know, we don't get too many R&B artists on there, so that's pretty big, man. I think you you were like #2 at the last time I looked at it, man. You were right behind like Poop Shiesty. So you
Really?
doing, yeah, you killing it, man. So yo, keep up all the success and all the hard work, and keep on inspiring, man. And like once things open up, we get the Pandora office opened up. Your people have been up there, you know.
Yeah.
They've been up there. We gotta get you up there once we get back open.
Once we get back open, man, there's a lot of stuff we got to catch up on, man. So look, I can't wait. I can't wait, bro.
Man, no doubt, man. Well, let's stay connected. And again, man, very happy for you. Much success to you, brother.
Man, thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you.
All right. Take care.